Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for August the 10th, 2024. This is your tropical update. We're going to be looking at a storm now that's kind of an area of invest right now, 98L. But as we progress through the weekend and into next week, this is going to be our next tropical storm, Ernesto, and it's going to be our hurricane eventually as it makes its way toward the greater Antilles here. Now you can see, I want to look at we're focusing first on the wind shear environment around it, and you can see that there's low wind shear around it, as well as warm surface water temperatures out here, and on the order of 28 to 29 degrees Celsius. So it has that deep pocket of warm ocean content, heat content, as well as favorable conditions here. Now there's a little bit of Saharan dust to where it's at now, and that's helping to limit its development right now. But that's forecast to weaken. And it's going to be in a pocket of strengthening area come Tuesday. This thing is going to be in a great pocket of strengthening to become Tropical Storm Ernesto and eventually Hurricane Ernesto, as it may pass by Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, Anguilla and Bermuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat. All these islands need to keep a close eye on it and start making preparations later on in the Monday as the system comes closer. Now, looking at the it's given a 50% chance of development in the next couple of days, and then a 90% chance of development through 7 days. So this is definitely going to be Ernesto. You can see heavy convection on the southern and eastern side of this storm, and also wrapping around the eastern side, the northeastern side as well. Southwest side is still inhibiting with that a little bit of dry air, as well as a little bit of like I said, that Saharan dust layer. That's going to subside, and this thing is going to grow coming Monday and Tuesday for sure. Now, that'll be Ernesto. Looking at the current Atlantic, Caribbean, and Gulf of Mexico combined basins, you can see that frontal passage that merged Debbie is way up in the Canadian Maritimes now. New Brunswick, Halifax, Nova Scotia getting some rain, and some showers still left over in eastern North Carolina and South Carolina there, eastern South Carolina there as well. There's some showers. They'll be subsiding through the night. Some brief showers in the Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, down through Belize and Honduras and Nicaragua. Some showers, and a few showers down in Central America. South America, Ecuador, picking up a few extra showers there away from the coast and the mountain zones there. But overall, it's pretty quiet. But this invest here that's coming off here is going to be very active. In the Pacific, there's a 30% chance of development with this little thing here, this system here. But it's moving away from the Mexican coastline, the Washington coastline. We won't be a threat to land. So that's good news there. Now back to this storm. The ensemble probability here, you can see the ensemble models do take it up through the Greater Antilles, and then afterwards there's some uncertainty. The high pressure, the Bermuda high, is been a dominant factor in this hurricane season. It can either curve up around Bermuda, or it can come straight towards the north, comes more northwest and affect more like Bahamas or Turks and Caicos, and then curve up, affecting the Outer Banks, and then go out to sea. So there's a couple of possibilities here. Right now, most models don't have it going into the Gulf like Beryl did, or like Debbie did. So that most models don't have it going that way. So that's the two options, and it depends on the direction, the strength of the Bermuda high, the Bermuda Azores high, and like I said, it's been pulsating all season. Right now it's located to the east of Bermuda, a couple hundred miles east of Bermuda, then it comes back over like this, and that's why the models are just sensing that. So it's a good chance, there's a 50-50 chance it could curve out to sea and only affect Bermuda, and then be out to sea as a hurricane, possibly a major hurricane. But if it's weaker, then it's going to continue along this path, toward Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, and then of course getting into Bahamas and Turks and Caicos, and then curving out to sea, possibly affecting the Outer Banks region, the same area that got the rainfall with the leftovers of Debbie. So we have to watch out for that as well. So that's the only game in town right now, and you can see it's been given that medium to high chance in 7 days, 90% chance, almost a certainty there that you're going to have a Tropical Storm Ernesto and probably Hurricane Ernesto come Wednesday or Thursday of this week on our hands here. So prepare for that. You can see here again, looking at this water vapor imagery, there is that area with explosive convection there all along the western and southwestern sides, and also the southeastern sides as well. This is what's going to become Ernesto, and you can see here it's not in a dry air slot right now. It's in a very moist environment as it heads toward the greater Antilles here, and then also this area here is moist. There's only a little bit of dry air above it around this side here, but it's going to skirt underneath that, and that's going to allow it to get closer, and that's why the strengthening is going to be important. This could be our second major hurricane, I believe, of the season here, in my opinion, as we head into mid-August here. But the good news is, like I said, there's a good chance that it could curve out to sea, but it all depends on this high pressure above it, the Bermuda high, whether or not it's going to allow the squeeze play to happen, or is it going to get caught up, and whether or not it's going to affect the U.S. coastline or not. But for those interested in Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Anguilla and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Martinique, you need to prepare for a tropical storm conditions coming on Tuesday to your area here in that zone. So that's what we're searching for. We're waiting for. Sea surface temperatures once again is 29 degrees Celsius, 27 degrees Celsius, 29. It's very hot. In the Gulf, it's on fire. It's 30 degrees Celsius in some parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Thankfully, right now, this system is not forecast to go into the Gulf of Mexico right now, but it's too far out to tell. Still 4 days or 4 to 5 days away from any kind of impacts in terms of the continental U.S. or possibly Bermuda in play as well. So that's what I wanted to show you. And also the heat conditions, we're getting a break. We're going to get a break from the heat. For those of you in the lower 48, that's going to be coming up in the northeast. That's going to be coming up toward Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this coming week here. There's going to be the jet stream is going to dip down a little bit more south here and provide some relief to the northern tier of the U.S. from these hot temperatures that we've been experiencing here. So that's good news as well. So I just want to touch base with you today, this weekend, tell you about the Invest system and let you know that we are expecting Tropical Storm Ernesto, possibly Hurricane Ernesto, going to be a major hurricane possibly by Thursday or Friday of this week. Looking at it, so that's what we're looking at. Take care. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe and share with your friends.